So in the last video I was, I put a caption when I said, oh, I don't know what this is for. I put a caption underneath, this should give me my first inkling that there's troubles, because it doesn't go with anything. I couldn't figure it out. And then with a little bit of digging, I found out that when I was trying to sort out the wiring, I was having problems with the wiring loom on this because it didn't match what it says the bike is. So I took the engine number under there, and it turns out what I've got is like an early 2000s engine in an old Brazil frame, which is why I was having issues. And then the wiring loom is off something completely different, because that engine should have a different regulator to that one. That's off a different loom, and it's just been a nightmare. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you at the moment. I've got my little buddy in the workshop with me. Oh, don't look so sad. Come on, say hello. Yeah, say hello. Well, at least we know there was oil in it, eh? Kind of started stripping the engine down. I forgot to turn the camera on, if I'm honest. I've just been kind of prattling about out here. So, taking the side cover off, got everything covered in oil. Let's clean this up and come back. Okay, so I'm a little bit into the strip down of this now. Just trying to remind myself that there is a washer in each of these on the left. There's the nuts there. That bolt there is out of the side of the jug. I think everything else we pretty much know what it is. Let's show you that. Let's wind this up. That is definitely a dirty arse piston. We'll get that cleaned up. Let's roll it down and see what the inside of the bore looks like. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. I can see lines, but I can't see any scratches, anything like that. Hope you can see that. But we'll have a proper look when we get it apart. But that's good. So we'll have a look at the underside here. A lot of build up on here, look at that. We'll give those a clean up, get them lapped in. So, first part of the strip down is going okay. Onwards. So it's been a few minutes. I had to go and order a flywheel puller, which has finally arrived. 16mm one. Apparently I had an 18 and a 20 something, which were both completely useless. So let's get that here now, so we can take the flywheel off to break this case. So that's basically what I'm going to do. Hey. Okay, so if we put the screwdriver there. Is that it? Hey. All that waiting for 2 minutes of work, eh? There we go, that's off. Next job. So I've taken the flywheel off. I've taken this, I suppose that's an oil seal, isn't it? Taken this off, put that to one side. I'm going to see now if by undoing these couple of bolts I can get the case apart. That's obviously nothing to do with the case because I can see the back end of that one. Let's see what we've got left. Can't be much left to undo. You. Okay, and inside that, need an extension box for that. I think I'm going to need a smaller socket and an extension bar. Right, let's try again with a smaller socket. That one doesn't work. I have to get some force on that one. These are the same size. Is that good? Is that good? Just that one down there. No, let's get a bar on that. That one doesn't want to come out. Would help if you undid it, Danny. There we go. It's coming. Just put the impactor on there now. Now we've got a few turns on it. There we go. She did not want to come. Right, so. Okay, so after a lot of faffing about, it should. Oh dear. That's not good, is it? Where did that come from? It's apart. We have our engine apart. And it all seems to have fallen apart as well, so sludgy. So, in case you haven't figured out by now, this is the bit that makes me really nervous. I've never stripped an engine down before. This scares the shit out of me, quite truthfully. I'm always worried it's not going to go back together. And I'm worried I'm going to end up with bits left. So I have got the book. As you can see here, I'm trying to work through it. I'm trying to do it the way the book says, just because I want this bike to run. So I'm going to strip everything down now, clean it, have a little visual inspection, make sure everything's okay, paint it, and then slowly put it back together. Slowly, while reading the book. So that's where we are. We have an engine in 2 halves and big piles of nuts and bolts. And we've got a big pile of engine-y bits. Lovely. And I've sandblasted one side of the casing. That's ready for paint. And that one there is still a bit gunged up, so we're soaking that a bit longer in my poor man's part washer, which is a bucket with some geyser cleaning fluid. Poor man's parts washer. So yeah, we're going to work on that, then shock blast that, and get it painted. But I thought that's where I'll leave the engine until I've got it painted for reassembly. So I decided to get some switches for the handlebars because I need a emergency stop engine cut switch, and I went with one of these little flush mount bezels, and it's got a push button switch and a little flicky switch that goes in there. So I've already drilled the holes. I think that was a 14mm and a 10mm hole there, and then what I've done is I'm going to run them out the back of the handlebars here. I'm going to run the wires down, so I just thought I'd try and run them through and get that all fastened up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bit of this is soldering wire, but I've never soldered with it. I've only ever hung like wet paint and stuff up with it, so I thought we'll give it a go, see if we can pull these switches through. So I'm going to try and thread that down there, see if I can get it to come out. There it is. Otherwise they're just going to slide down and come out. That would be nice, wouldn't it? We can get them there. We can get them to the hole. It's just getting them back out. I haven't got a pair of needle noses that will reach in there. Let's kind of show you what. So I'm going to feed all that wire down into there. Oh, that's too much for the handlebars. I'm going to faff about with getting the wire through, and I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, so I've got a thin piece of wire through there. Let's come back out of that hole. I'm going to be extra daring and try and do all 5 wires in one go. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap this soldering wire around the ends of these, get them held together, and then wrap that around these 3. Whoop. And hope that I can pull them all through in one go. So let's try. Drop it. Feed that in there, feed that in there. Get tweezers. It's 1 through, 2, 3. Okay, so that's our switch coming through already. Nice. And the other one, oh, it's just snapped. So the other wires are just in there, but the cable's come off. So if I'm really lucky, oh no, it hasn't come off, it just came off the end. Awesome. So if I'm really lucky now, if I feed all them together, one in there. Green and white down there. Come on. So I've got my 2 switches there. So there should be, here we go. Don't need that. Put those 2 on there. Screw that on. Put this on. And here, hopefully this is the Allen key I need. No, it's not. I need a bigger, smaller Allen key. Let's find the Allen key. And there we go. Tighten that up a touch. And now we have our flush mounted switches. That'll be a kill switch, and I'm thinking this would be, even though it's not going to have roadworthy lights, I'm thinking I'm still going to need some lights. So even if I hide the wires away, it'd be something to work on for the future. But there we go. So I can get all these wires run out the back here. They come with some sleeving, so I can slide that on. And that's all neat and ready to go. There we go. Seems to be catching in there somewhere. Come on, give it. How far have we come? It's about there. Come on. This is where I find out that the sleeving is way too long. Let's pull that back, cut a chunk off that sleeving because I'm not going to need all that. Scissors. Where's there? There's some scissors. And then try again. There we go. Everything's coming through. So now we have all 5 wires out of there. Slide that down into there. We'll take that into the handlebars a little bit. It's just going to make it look a bit neater. And there we go. Handlebars, switches, looking nice. On to the next job. So really, because I wanted to see what it was like, I decided to put everything together. So it's the yoke, the clock, switches, everything on that side together. Let's flip it over. You can see the wires for the clock come out right by the wires for the switches. There's the 2 brackets I made to hold that clock in position. Everything's been painted. I'm quite happy with that. I think that will look quite nice on the bike. So it's not set in the perfect position till I get it on the bike, but it's all pinched down, looking quite good.